PC hardware components, some components names we have seen, and CPU and RAM. Here it is ROM. ROM is a very big chapter out of everything. ROM has a very big chapter. Why? Because of BIOS. Okay, ROM is a simple word, but BIOS having a lot of things are there. Okay, even it is not a very big component. Okay, so first of all, we will see what is a ROM. ROM is a chip. It's a simple chip. ROM is not used for loading and extracting data type. It means RAM load instructions and data from other devices, and RAM to CPU, CPU to RAM, RAM to devices. This is the how it is flows. So RAM is not required to store any data. Even if it is a power is on or power is off, it never stores any data permanently. It is like a store and fetch type. Fetches, stores, again give and fetches, store and give type. Okay? It is like a intermediate system type between your CPU and other peripherals. ROM is not like that. So not like a RAM. ROM is a permanent chip. It contains information permanently. So initially it is a read-only chip, but it is once you are written in it, it cannot able to remove or rewrite it. PROM chip is programmable read-only memory. So it is a permanent memory. Like once you are put instructions ROM by building, so there is instructions, but PROM is not like that. PROM is a empty chip. We can program it only once. Means once you program, that's it. You cannot able to remove it. That is a PROM chip. EPROM chip, EEPROM chip, like a EPROM means erasable programmable read-only memory. It means once you are program it, so you can remove the program. You can erase it, but we cannot able to put another program in it. PROM, like an empty chip, put a program inside, or instructions, data, something you can put it inside. Once you've done, that's it. But EPROM, once you put a program, you can erase it, but we cannot able to reprogram it. EPROM chip means EEPROM chip. It's a rewritable chip type. Means we can put a program and we can remove the program also and rewrite the program. So we are using these EPROM chips as our BIOS chip. That's why if you are search for a ROM chip in your computer, you cannot find it because that his name is your BIOS chip. This BIOS chip is further developed into UEFI. You purchase any latest laptop or desktops, you see UEFI instead of BIOS. It's a newer version of BIOS. BIOS means basic input output system. UEFI, Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. UEFI, Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. Okay. Next. What is the use of this BIOS? What is this basic input output system? What is BIOS kind of stuff? It is nothing but a firmware. It is nothing but a firmware. Like you start a device, like a monitor, a computer, a laptop, mobile phone. Not only a smart mobile, guys, normal mobile also. AC. When you power on the device, how it should be how to start working. Okay, still means user will do the power setting, anything user will do, whatever he will do it before user getting an interface. So what are the background process it happens? That is done by your BIOS only. The firmware is a main important to start your device. Okay, so in our computer we call it as a BIOS. Of course, latest version is UEFI, Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. Firmware, firmware, both words are there. Here it is, simple point. When you start your computer, system perform a self-test. When you power on your computer, system perform a self-test, means all major components like a CPU, RAM, hard disk, on motherboard chipsets, everything is working or not. It perform a self-test. Okay, so that is called a post power on self-test. Power on a self-test. Next, once you are power on, devices will get power, right? Your CPU will get power, your RAM will get power, of course, through motherboard. First, motherboard will get power, motherboard to CPU, RAM, your other chipsets, and you connect to keyboard, then keyboard, hard disk. So the devices, those who are connected, they will get a power. Our BIOS chip will gather those device information. It recognize these devices are connected. These devices are connected at the time of system is power on, and their details. Okay. And your BIOS chip is also help to locate and load the operating system. It will tell where is the operating system, what is their priority, the boot priority. So check the operating system from CD-ROM. Check operating system in, if operating system is in network. This operating system is located in a pen drive. This operating system is in hard disk. It will tell check this order and load operating system. How to load operating system. Those kind of stuff, instructions also there in your BIOS chip. And also the BIOS chip know the hardware devices, so it will help your operating system when it is booting, when loading operating system time, it will tell these are the devices are available. So those information given by your BIOS. Any new device is added, immediately it will recognize. Okay, when you start your computer, it recognize the device, it will tell to your operating system this device is added. So that is your BIOS. Okay. These BIOS chip is manufactured by different manufacturers. Example, AMIBIOS means American Megatrend Inc. Okay, BIOS, Advert BIOS, Phoenix BIOS, Dell BIOS, Lenovo BIOS, like that. Okay, so different BIOS manufacturers are there. So firmware is a software provided basic machine instruction that allow machine to function, communicate with other software running on the device. Firmware provide low-level control of device hardware. It is a very small in size. I received a comment in YouTube like, I told like a RAM and their sizes and importance of size and all kind of stuff, right? But so and how to check the RAM size also I showed, right? Like what is the RAM size? Here we can find the RAM. But I receive a comment that is what is the ROM size? So of course it is a chip and it is a memory device. Of course it contains some storage related, like it may be 1 MB, 2 MB, we don't know generally. Why? Because of unlike your RAM, it is we can connect and disconnect. Like so, I can show you like a RAM to motherboard kind of stuff, RAM on motherboard kind of stuff. It is RAM will be inserted to the motherboard like this. RAMs are inserted to motherboard. Even if you are using a laptop having a RAM, that is also inserted to your motherboard. Okay. So these are the RAM slots. These are the RAMs. Once they're inserted, it is look like this one. Okay, RAMs are inserted into, and we can change it. We can remove it. This is like a ROM. And we can insert it. We can able to remove it also, and we can increase the RAM sizes also. So RAM and size dealing is there, but ROM is a permanent chip. The BIOS chip is a permanent chip on your motherboard. You can see it is. It's a BIOS battery, not BIOS chip. It is a BIOS chip. It is a permanent chip on motherboard. So we can change it, but that is very occasionally. A chip level troubleshooting, not like a person come and remove and insert new chip. That kind of stuff is not happen. You cannot buy a ROM chip from a roadside and purchase and inserting. Not even online, not even offline. Only this the BIOS related or a chip level troubleshooting people will do it. So different ROM chips are there. Okay, some are directly can be visible directly, some are directly enhanced onto your motherboard. Okay. So ROM is actually ROM is not dealing with the memory type, means it is a memory type, but what we can say not as a size matter. Size wise, we don't deal like that. It's like 2 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM is there. But ROM, we don't see in the size matter. ROM is a ROM, that's it. What is it contain? It contains. Okay. So that's why, so when you see a ROM, don't talk in a size wise. Okay. Of course, this is the boot processing, guys. This is the boot processing. So when we are talking in a ROM or BIOS, so we have to talk about a boot processing, but I'm not talking now. I want to okay, I will tell afterwards some few things complete. So this is the BIOS setting. So you can go to any PC BIOS setting, like laptop or desktop, you can go to their BIOS settings. We can see and we can change few things from here also. So this is the one of the screen called boot part in the BIOS. This is the Phoenix BIOS. You can see this is the BIOS setting. So here it is a boot priority. When I start my computer does not know from where I should take the operating system. So I'm giving a priority. First check in the CD-ROM. If OS is not there, then check in a removable device like a pen drive. Then check in the hard drive. Then check in the motherboard. For example, I have a pen drive with operating system. Then first I connect that pen drive. I start my computer. First it will check the CD-ROM. Now OS in CD-ROM, but OS in the pen drive is there. Then it will load the OS from the pen drive. Even a hard disk having an operating system, even hard disk having an operating system, first I given already priorities removable drive and with operating system load from it all. Okay, so it will check based on the priority first. So here it is, the different BIOS utility. So some other company utility it is. I think it is i7 4500 CPU model, and there is a hard disk, and here it is 4 MB cache memory, 1 terabyte of hard disk, and there is a CD-ROM and 8 GB RAM. Maybe it is a DDR3 model, so 1600 megahertz. See how to check the system configuration, we know, but how to check the system configuration from BIOS, like you don't have an operating system, then you can go to BIOS also, you can get it that information like CPU, your CPU information, RAM information, hard disk information, and CD-ROM information also you can see. One of the troubleshooting here, for example, you start your computer showing um, unable to find a bootable device, like this, unable to find boot device or a bootable device, able to find portable device. So maybe there is a possibility. Yesterday it is working. Today morning I came, I start my computer and I'm seeing this kind of thing. Bootable device not found. Boot device not found. So check it, go to your BIOS settings. Check, do you have a hard disk or not? Is it showing your hard disk or not? If it is hard disk is not showing, so your hard disk is corrupted, or hard disk to computer connection is not there. Hard disk to your motherboard connection is some problem is there. Means the connectivity issue, pin issue, hard disk power issue, or hard disk is corrupted. There is any possibility. So if it is hard disk is showing, but still it is showing like unable to find bootable device. So what is the point here? So unable to find bootable device, but hard disk is showing your operating system is corrupted. Operating system is corrupted. Yesterday is there, now it is not working. So operating system is corrupted. Hard disk is there, voice is not there. Hard disk is showing means hard disk is there, hard disk is good, but voice is not good. Hard disk is not showing. First of all, find a hard disk connectivity. Make sure hard disk is working or not working. Okay, so simple point. Okay, so when you start your computer, your BIOS, it gathers this information. What is the CPU is installed, CPU details, hard disk details, CROM details, and your RAM details. Like that, it will gather. Okay, can you see there is a date and time? It also run the date and time. It's also run the time, date and time. Once you set date and time, so we can continuously see the date and time. Guys, here it is. In a BIOS settings, not only looking at, also we can change certain features. We can enable virtualization, we can disable the virtualization, we can change the CPU related operating system type, also we can change it. We can enable, disable thing. Of course, this screen shows how to enable, disable the virtualization technology. Already I told you, if in case you are not seeing this virtualization tech enable, if it is showing disable, then go to BIOS setting, go to this option, enable to disable, sorry, disable to enable, and restart your computer, you will get it. I will tell you how to go to BIOS setting also. Okay. So this is a gathered information and a date and time. These are the fixed information, but certain features are enable or a disable mode. This is a security. Security means, for example, you set a certain settings to your BIOS, but someone can able to change that settings. So to protect it, so you can set the password. Two type, user password, supervisory password. Supervisor password. So if you want to go and change any setting, you want to change any setting like a date and time, or maybe enable, disable the features, or changing of boot priority. So you must know supervisor password. To read these settings, to read the setting, you cannot change it, but you can read the settings if you know the user password. If you set the password only, if you don't set it, so it is open. Okay. If you don't know user password or a supervisory password, so you cannot enter into the BIOS setting. Can't enter into the BIOS setting. Okay. Power on password on boot means when you start your computer, it asks a BIOS password. Okay, that is the thing. So remember, guys, the BIOS passwords, this boot priorities, date and time informations, hardware like a CPU, RAM, hard disk, okay, CPU, RAM, hard disk, CD-ROM, this information, and your settings like enable, disable, or some value setting, okay. These are all stored temporarily. It means if you remove this battery, okay, sorry, if you power down your system, you power down your system, power off your system, the settings will be gone. The data is there, like the names, columns, some informations are there, but these settings will be reset back to the factory default. Maybe if you know your future mobile phones, olden days we had a small mobiles. If you remove the battery, you lost all recent contacts. Recent means incoming mails, sorry, incoming phone, missed calls, dialed numbers. These are all will be gone, and date and time is set back to the old date. That is called a restoring into D. Okay. So when power is off, all these settings will be changed back to the original state. But how it is continuously we are getting because of this battery. The battery is lithium battery. It provides continuously power to our BIOS chip. Because of that one, this date and time, BIOS password settings, configurations are keep alive type, not restoring into back to default even if you are shut down your computer. That is your battery and stuff. Okay, that is very simple to understand. Okay, what is this battery? It is a lithium battery, 3 volts battery. This battery, some people call it as a BIOS battery or CMOS battery. Why? Because of our CPU, RAM, ROM, all is built with a CMOS technology. Okay, so MOSFET is a MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effective transistor. It's a transistor. All our chips or ICs are manufactured with a CMOS technology. Okay, so MOSFET having two type of MOSes, NMOS, PMOS. Combination of NMOS and PMOS is called as CMOS. Okay. The battery is not made up of CMOS guys, but it support our CMOS chipset. Battery made up of CMOS chipset. Date and time, your BIOS password, and your BIOS settings. Want to reset it manually? Very simple. Remove the battery and reinsert the battery. All this date and time and passwords will be clear, and your settings go to the previous condition. Factory defaults. Okay, that is one thing. Next one is important to keep in mind, guys. Some people like you forget a computer password. You forget your computer password, or you are using your brother computer, someone like someone computer. Okay, and you don't know the password to log in inside, and you ask your friend. The friend is intelligent than us, right? So they will give you one idea. Open your cabinet. There is a CMOS battery. Remove the battery and reinsert the battery. The password will be removed. So that is a very authenticate information. Of course, they are also correct, but it will remove. If this password is setting, this password is there, this password will be removed. The settings will be changed. Date and time will be clear. Okay, but not your operating system passwords. Like when I start my computer, it has a username and password. That password is different from BIOS password. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so it won't work like that, guys. So you must know the BIOS password. CMOS section. So guys, this CMOS battery works for a 5 years, 6 years, 10 years kind of things also. In the olden days, it works more than 5 years, 10 years, up to 10 years it will work. Okay, but at least 5 to 6 years easily it works without any problem. Nowadays it is 3 to 5 years. In olden days 5 to 10 years it is very easily working. Okay, this is CMOS battery, right? Battery means whether it is whatever the battery, the charge will be reduced, and it is not a rechargeable battery. Okay, once battery is charging is not there, so battery is evaporated or a battery is not working, you will receive this kind of error, like a CMOS checksum error. Okay, so you have to enter to F1 to change the values like a date and time, all this thing kind of stuff, and load the default value by pressing F2 stuff. Depends upon your BIOS key, it will show. Okay, got a CMOS section error. Mostly your battery is someone is removed and reinserted, or battery charges. Secondary, your CMOS chipset means your BIOS chip problem is there. In generally, it is a BIOS battery problem. Okay, that is the keep in mind. Next, I showed a BIOS setting, but how to go to this BIOS setting? Guys, depends upon your BIOS, means your manufacturer of that BIOS. The screens are different. Okay, some are having mouse facility, some are no mouse facility, only keyboard operation. Okay, some are all are in the same place, some are in individual tabs. Okay, some are directly different, like it is like this kind of BIOS setting is there, this kind of BIOS settings also there. So this is also AWARD BIOS settings. Advanced. This is also BIOS settings. So screens are different, guys. This is BIOS. This is also BIOS. Depends upon the manufacturer of the BIOS. Either it is very simple or it is like a graphical like this one. The point is how to go to this settings depends upon your manufacturer of your BIOS only. It is when you start your computer, when you power on the computer, either top or a bottom or sides, you will see how to go to BIOS by these signals. F2 to setup, F12 to boot menu. So only boot menu, but F2 to setup means if you press F2 now, then you will go to the BIOS setting. Important is you cannot go to BIOS setting and directly like from your operating system. Of course you can go, that is different way, but still whatever it is required restart or power down your computer first, power on, see immediately on your screen either top or a bottom, you'll find how to go to BIOS key. Better is search in a Google, guys. If you are in case you are using a particular laptop, example, you are using a HP laptop, and find out what is the BIOS key for a HP laptop. It is F10 or a model. There is a model solver, so HP Pavilion laptop is there, G series or some series. What is the BIOS key? Check like that. Okay. Generally, I am telling. So in initial days, olden days, when we are learning the computer part, that time it is Dell only. In your olden days, which only key is Dell. People write permanently. You have to press the Dell to BIOS setting. Now it is not like that. It can be a Dell or F2 or F10 See, I've written F2 and F10 side by side because mostly it is F2 or F10 or a Dell or SK or F12, F11, F8, F9 kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. So some places you need to press the function like a laptop kind of stuff. You may require to function key plus your BIOS key. Like I have to press my function key plus F2. Then if you go to the BIOS setting, you can able to see and change your date and times. You can set the passwords. You can enable, disable certain features. You can change the priorities and press F10 to save and exit generally. Or you can go to the exit screen. So exit button is there now. So go to exit. There you will find a save and exit or restore default. Some options are there. Mostly F10 to save and exit. You want to save and exit. No, if you don't want, then you can revert it. Okay. Next, again, I have written here BIOS password is not a your operating system password. Both are different. Check system configurations also possible, like what is your CPU, what is your RAM, what is your hard disk or SSD, where it is connected. Okay, it is very useful in the troubleshooting of basic hardware, both laptop or desktop kind of stuff. Guys, this is about your BIOS. Understand, guys, anything about BIOS?
Yes, sir.
What is the BIOS will do? Basic input output system. It is a firmware, means it's a small program. It is. It's inside this chip. It is a BIOS program. It is nothing but a firmware. It is used at system start and recognizing hardware devices. Locate your operating system. It tells priority of loading an operating system. Loads operating system. It tell your operating system what are the hardware devices. You can configure hardware properties from BIOS. Also, you can see hardware configuration in the BIOS settings. Here it is, guys. Boot processing is one of the very important one. Usually, I will tell later. Sometimes we don't get a time, but now I think it is better time to tell. Or it's just simple explanation. I will do it. If I have a time, then I will give you big explanation, means including troubleshooting explanation. Guys, what is a boot processing? When you start your computer, you press the power button and you wait for some time. Maybe it is a 1 minute or 5 minutes or maybe a 10 minutes. So after that one means so process completed, whatever the backend process screen is completed, and now you got a screen. Now you can start working without any worry. You start working, right? You press the power button. After some time means after 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you can start working. You can start. What happens between when you power on and you got a screen to use it? The process, the step-by-step process between these 2 points called a boot processing. What is a boot processing? To start a computer means when you power on your computer to the user got a screen. A step-by-step process start from start means when power on the system to user get a screen. It's called a boot process. The first step is power on self-test. Already I told post power on self-test. Don't forget that one. Post power on self-test. When you power on your system, whether it is laptop or desktop, first power supply is distributed to your hardware components. Your BIOS will recognize each and every component and also check whether it is working or not. Primary devices like a CPU, RAM, and on motherboard devices make sure everything works fine. If it is not working, the post failure. If it is working, post is successful. Okay. So it is like that. Very simple, guys. When you power on your system tests itself. All the devices are working or not. If it is okay, then it is successful. Then go to the next step. If it is a failure, start doing troubleshooting. Okay. How you know post is successful or not? How you know post is successful or not? You can see there is a power LED on the cabinet. On cabinet, you can see power LED will blink. Power LED blinking indicates power supply is there, so there is no problem with your SMPS. Power supply problem is not there. Okay, but hard disk LED is not showing clear. It is showing a connectivity because a lot of people are having a doubt in the connectivity on cabinet like this. It is this represent a hard disk LED. Down one. First one is blinking now, that is power LED. Down one is hard disk LED. Okay. The hard disk LED represent hard disk is connected power to the hard disk. Okay. Of course, the basically when you see your system, you power on the system, power LED blinking means power supply is good. Hard disk LED is also blinking means of course hard disk is very good. Mostly you are successful. Next one is your keyboard LED. Keyboard having a 3 LEDs. Normal desktop we have a keyboard, right? So cap lock, num lock, this is num lock, cap lock, scroll lock. 3 LEDs will blink. So these 3 LEDs blink once. The 3 LED blink once. Hard disk LED blink. Second one is of course if you press the cap lock also cap lock LED will blink anyway. So whatever it is, these 3 LEDs will blink once. Hard disk LED will blink. Something on your screen, on your monitor, you can see some logo, some kind of company logo, some loading kind of stuff. Either single beep or no beep. Okay, if you have a built-in beep sound is there, the speaker is there inside, internally one speaker is there. It may give you one blink, one beep sound, otherwise no beep sound. Otherwise no beep sound is there. That indicates your post is successful. So what is the indication of post failure? Okay. As I said, no blinking on this keyboard. These 3 LEDs don't blink. When you press the power button, this keyboard LEDs don't blink. LED, hard disk LED is not blinking. Very importantly, on the screen, get a blank screen. Blank screen. So you will get some blank screen like this. It is not like a power LED of your monitor is showing a power LED. The power on is there. Monitor is power on, but it's not showing a blank LED. Not even a no signal. Generally, people think see, the cable is not connected. Cable is not connected means either you can get a no input, no signal kind of indication. See, it is no signal kind of indications there. You can see no signal, no signal kind of indication, no input, no signal kind of, you can get it. Okay. If you are getting like this, it means the data cable column or VGA column. Okay, VGA column. But you are getting a blank screen without this any message on the monitor. That is also indicates, your post is side. Where is the column? Mostly RAM column. Remove the RAM, clean the RAM, insert the RAM, check all the devices. Okay, important like a CPU, RAM, and check other details to whether where is the column. Next one is you will get a continuous beep sound or no beep sound. Okay, no beep sound. So that is why you should use postcard. This is the postcard. Sorry. Okay. So you have to use a postcard. So it is shows like this. You have to insert into your computer. It displays some numbers. Based on that, we can understand what is the column. Okay. So insert like this and turn on your computer. It shows some numbers on it. Based on that, we can understand where is the column. Is a RAM column, CPU column, or maybe on motherboard some device column like that. You can get it. Just for understanding, guys, not seriously, very simple it is. First you power on the system. First is post. Power on self-test, make sure all the devices working or not. Once it is working, your BIOS will tell you where to find a operating system one by one, like a CD-ROM, hard disk, mobile device, network like that. So we have to find a record called a MBR record or GPT record. Two are there, either MBR or a GPT record. Find MBR or a GPT record. So MBR means master boot record or GPT means UID partition table. So we take here MBR wise only. What is this MBR record? For example, you have a hard disk. Hard disk has an MBR record. MBR record contains information about your partitions and the location of operating system and location of bootloader. MBR will tell what is the location of your bootloader. Every operating system has a bootloader. You have a Windows 7 or Windows 8, Windows 10. Bootloader name is boot MGR. Okay, first of all, locate MBR record in the storage device. Okay, every storage, like your hard disk having MBR record. Find out where is MBR record. MBR record will tell you where is bootloader. Okay, you have a Linux, then bootloader is grub or LILO. Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. Bootloader is boot MGR. Windows XP is NTLDR, 2003 server, NTLDR, 2000 NTLDR, like that. So it depends upon your operating system, but different bootloaders are there. Boot MGR, or bootloader currently, or Windows system. So bootloader will tell, once you load bootloader into your RAM, bootloader will tell how to load your operating system. It will tell where is your operating system and how to load operating system. Normally in Windows, we have one single mode we are download by default. Sometimes we will want to load our OS in safe mode. In Linux, we have 2-3 modes are there: single user mode, and multi-user mode without graphics, full mode with the graphics, like that it is there. Okay, so your bootloader will tell how to load operating system. Next one is startups. So what is startups? So when you start your computer, your post will be large, like a power and self-test successful. So then it will go to the next step is locating MBR record, master boot record. Master boot record based on your boot priority will locate a MBR record. MBR record will tell where is bootloader. Load bootloader the RAM, then it will tell where is operating system and how to load operating system. Once operating system is loaded, you got a login screen. Once you log in, immediately some services, some applications start run. For example, morning I start my computer. These are all services are running in my system. This is a Bluetooth device, this services related. This is my Windows security, Windows Defender related. This is CC cleaner. Okay, so like this is the update failure and the stuff. Adobe Reader update failure. Okay. So few things will run in my PC automatically. That is called a startups. Once startups started, we can start using our computer. You don't know whether startups are completely start or not. How you know? So you can start using computer. Very simple. You open any application, immediately to open means startups are already started. Now only you can start running. So this is called a boot processing. Guys understand? So few steps only. First step, post. Next step, what is post? Power and self-test. Okay, next step. Find a MBR record. In your hard disk, find out where is MBR record. So find an MBR record. MBR will tell you where is your bootloader. Load the bootloader into RAM. Then it will tell how to load operating system. Once OS is loaded, you got a screen. Once you got a screen, then of course, once you log in, you got login screen. Once you log in, system start the startups like a services and applications will run. Then you can use it. Power on, user get a screen to use it. In between, whatever the processes happen step by step is called a boot process. So you can tell in 5 steps or 6 steps or 4 steps, not more and less. Okay, so keep it like that only. So try to finish in a 5 to 6 steps maximum. Don't tell 10-20 steps here. So or only 2-step kind of stuff also don't do it. I start my computer, I get a screen. So don't tell like that. Okay. First is post, power on self-test. Explain power on self-test basically. You power on the system, devices kit will power, system test itself, all devices working on that. So if everything is working fine, then it is post is successful. Then BIOS, from using BIOS, we will try to find where is a MBR record. Master boot record. MBR means master boot record. Master boot record will tell so the location of bootloader. Once you find a bootloader, we load bootloader and bootloader will tell how to load operating system. And we load an operating system. We got a login screen, login and system login. That is also enough. So here also enough. This is the last step. But in generally, guys, this is one additional step, like a startup step. Why I told once you log in, background services applications will start automatically. Startup applications, startup services will start automatically. Once it is started, you can start using. Guys, understand anything about boot processing? Only steps. Explanation is there already. You know, in this PPT, I have a troubleshooting is also involved in this one. Of course, these are all things you have to learn. See, here it is. In boot processing, so how it is connected. Okay, so here it is. When you power on, what is how you know it is successful? The indication already written here. Successful, failed. If it is failed, how can you see that one? Normally we blame on RAM. So if we are blaming on RAM, then so how to solve the RAM related issue? That's it. We don't do much thing. So only RAM. Okay. Next, okay, post is successful, but we are seeing boot device is not found or boot MGR is missing on the screen. What is the possibility of problem? So is a hard disk or an operating system? Okay, post is successful, but next step you have to load the boot MGR. Sorry, MBR record. You have to find it, right? So, but instead of that one, you got on the screen. You are getting a boot device not found or boot MGR is missing. It means the CPU, RAM, everything is fine. It may be your hard disk problem or maybe your operating system problem. So you have to decide which one is there. Go to BIOS, check your hard disk is there or not. Hard disk is there, operating system problem. Hard disk is not showing, it can be a hard disk or the connectivity to hard disk is problem. So if there is an issue, how to solve it? This is MBR recorder bootloader related issues. Okay. You locate MBR and bootloader, then it should be loaded. So unable to find bootloader or bootloader is missing means that is a second step only. Okay, of course your hard disk is safe, bootable device is there, but it is showing boot MGR missing. Possibility then it is a second only. So check in a operating system repair kind of stuff you have to do. It will load operating system. So if any got any problem while loading operating system, then it is separate troubleshooting. It is okay. So login screen, startups and application. Also for continuing, you start your computer. You start a computer. Like I press the power button. In morning 9 o'clock, like usually I start a computer. Okay. Then I will go out. I'll go out means I'll do my some work. Okay. I will come back after 10 to 15 minutes. Our system is ready. Okay. So it may not give 1 minute. Like recently, my sister received a laptop. When I press the power button, less than a minute, it shows the screen. Less than a minute, not even a minute, 1 minute. Even I didn't see the logo and all, just it is directly, the screen is appear. Less than a minute. Okay. I'm getting 10 to 15 minutes of boot time. My sister laptop is getting a less than a minute. Maybe now it is, the boot time increases, but okay. So why it is? Because of startups. Because of startups. Most of the thing startups. RAM, hard disk, CPU speed, one side. Hardware side is one side. Okay, and operating the system is another side. Okay? Hardware configuration. Because of hardware configuration, your system is slow. That is one point. But in other hand, your hardware is very good. I have a i5 processor, 4-core processor. It is 2-core, 4 logical processor. It is 2.5 gigahertz processor. Okay, 12 GB RAM. Hardware wise good. And why I am getting slow? Because of this startups series. Because of this startups, I disabled a lot of startups. Okay. But still it is giving problem. If I enable all these startups, what happened? Morning 8 o'clock, I have to wake up, start my computer, go for my brushing and everything you completed. I'll be back by 10 o'clock. Then I can start using it. That is the point. Okay, so the system is slow. Check the startups. More startups are there. Disable the startups. Uninstall old applications. No longer required applications, unnecessary application. Uninstall it. Disable the startups if no longer required. Better to disable it. Stop certain services if it is no longer required. Better to stop it services. So if possible, I will show you that kind of stuff also. The last thing is different. Okay, this is troubleshooting at boot processing. This is a troubleshooting at boot processing. What kind of troubles you may face? What are the solutions? What kind of solutions you can do? Yes, I'm not going by. Okay, so I have to finish about your hard disk, SSDs, partitions, MBR and GPT styles, and also SMPS and motherboard kind of stuff also. I will just take a 5 minutes break. I will tell about motherboard and SMPS. There I will stop. Okay. Motherboard SMPS, I will tell I needed just 10 minutes and plus 10 minutes, maximum 20 minutes I will complete it. Then tomorrow, same time, okay, tomorrow we'll see about a hard disk, SSDs and hard disk partitions, MBR GPT kind of stuff. Okay, if possible, I will tell you how to troubleshoot a system, or I will start an operating system. Okay, just come back in at 5:45. Guys, understandable, right?